just started.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You want to come in?
Huh?
You want to come in?
No.
No? Okay. You're good. Oop. My camera went off. Hello. All right. Well, let's turn this music down a little bit. Cool. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to make a quick video. I know it's late. I've been gone all week. In fact, geez, it seems like last two Saturdays have been really hard for me to make videos. I am going to be making videos every single Saturday. I mean, making videos twice a week actually, one on the crypto side and one on the AI side, and I'll be doing it on the same channel. We'll see how that goes. Um, and yeah, we'll kind of talk about that a little bit throughout this video, but I also wanted to talk about so for those of you who don't know, to youtube.com/guys for crypto. I have a YouTube crypto. Oops, yeah, I'm not even looking. I have a YouTube crypto channel, and I actually haven't posted a video in like a year. Just because I've been new job, new lot of stuff, and so I wanted, um, and actually, AI came out. AI has been out for a couple years now. And at least since ChatGPT came out and all the new AIs have been coming out, and I've been a little bit obsessed with that. I still am in crypto. I just have obsession too. I'm obsessed with Bitcoin. Like I don't have any friends. That's all I do is just learn weird internet tech crap that nobody else likes or cares about. Except for nerds like you guys. Nerds. Um, So yeah, I'll be talking about AI stuff and a lot of technology stuff too. I come around a lot of cool tech. Even stuff like Zapier, right? If you guys don't know what Zapier is, it's an automation tool that saves you tons of time. It's not AI, it's not crypto, but it's a really cool piece of technology. And I'm in sales in real life, so like helps with that and helps with my day to day. Anyways. So I'm going to kind of talk about what crypto or what AI is a little bit on this video. Um, in my perspective, I think a lot of people just throw the word around and don't know what it means. So I'm going to kind of throw around why that word is important, at least in my opinion. And then I'm going to start with just talking about ChatGPT, since that's kind of the one that started all of this. And now I will be giving classes every single week talking about AI stuff. And it'll be different classes every single week. Sometimes we'll talk about, an image creation tool. Sometimes we'll talk about a chat bot, sometimes a video creation tool, sometimes audio creation tool, an AI avatar, a script writing tool, an email response tool, an AI assistant, right? All sorts of random stuff. So, in fact, you know what? I don't know why I'm throwing this up. I'm building a site. It's not really up yet, working. I'm just kind of messing with it. Don't make fun. But it is something where it's free to, just get a basic Explorer plan, which has everything right now. You don't need to do anything else. I'm still building this out. So again, I don't know why I'm even streaming about this. Um, but if you do the free plan or subscribe to the newsletter, I'll be giving this down here. I'll be giving specific uh uh Zoom calls, I guess, where you guys can respond. We can have it back and forth. It'll be a little bit a little bit better than going through like a live stream like this, just because you guys can actually talk. Here, forgot about this chat. I always throw up my other chat, but I always forget about this one. Um, so, yeah, I guess let's talk about ChatGPT. So, this is gonna be hard, and I'm gonna not explain it very well, probably. But I do think it's important for people to understand the difference between like AI in 2019 versus AI in 2022. That 2 year difference was huge. And AI in 2022 to 2024 is huge as well. So I'm kind of going to start from the beginning a little bit and talk about kind of the AI that you're used to. And that is when you go to Google. In fact, let's go to Google and go to, um, best places to. So if you see right here, if you just type in best places to, now a version of AI has essentially taken so this is Google's version, right? If you go to like Microsoft, they'll have different things that pop up. But Google will take people who have typed in best places to, and in Google, they have found that a lot of people complete the sentence, visit place in the world, visit, it knows I'm in Utah, so it'll give specific things to, specific scenarios, which is kind of weird. I'm in incognito mode allegedly, and like hasn't known I'm in Utah. Like I visited Italy, recently, so it's like whatever. Google, you jerk. Um anyways, but yeah. So um this is kind of basic. It'll take these keywords and then what's the most things that people look up after typing this. Now, the difference between this is like a search engine. It's a specific tool that allows that it gives you information that you're kind of looking for in terms of articles, in terms of, websites, that sort of thing. But it doesn't actually understand. I can't say um, take all of the best places people have listed in Utah and organize them in a category from best to worst on the Google ratings that they have received. Now, you couldn't do that in Google, but you would be able to do that in like ChatGPT or a lot of different AIs, which I'll talk about. So this is kind of basic, where it's taking keywords, it's taking past sentences, and it's kind of being like, okay, well, if someone says best places, what's the most thing that people have typed in? If people say best, what's the thing that people have typed in, right? So, um, so this is kind of what people have known. Also, another one is like when you're on Facebook or Instagram, you'll notice I don't go on Instagram or Facebook that much, but dang, dude, they are good at getting me to like find some like it's like, oh, here's 300 feet of LED strips that you can cut, and they are wireless, and you can do all this crazy stuff, and it's only $15 or something. I'm like, ooh. I don't know why that would make me excited, but anyways. So this is so that's the kind of AI stuff we're used to. Now, the problem with that is it doesn't understand what it's looking for. When you say best, it doesn't understand you're looking for something that's it's the number one of something, right? It's just like finding words like best, and it's looking for the words that people have typed in a lot with that. So the difference is with ChatGPT is a bunch of people got together, spent a bunch of money, and like these are a bunch of people, like a bunch of billionaires, like Elon Musk, like Amazon, Jeff Bezos, right? So a bunch of people got together, started throwing money at this, machine that would essentially, it would take the word like best, and then it would compare it to every other word out there. English word, for instance, what they started with. So like, for instance, there's like 50,000 words in the English dictionary. So it would look up the word best, and then it would say, okay, out of the 50,000 words, what's the most common word used? Um, you know, or like, um, I'll just use a couple words because it's easier once it has a couple word easier to explain once you have a couple more words. So when you're typing this word, this sentence, it's looking at the word to, and it it will it will say, okay, well, there's 50,000 words, and what's the next best, most common word that is related to the word to? So to bot, no. To yellow, no. To, you know, to go. Go might be a good word. Play might be a good word. And maybe the word play and go, maybe the word play is associated with the word 10 times less than the word go. Maybe to go to the play, to go to, or whatever, is more common than to play something, to play darts, to play, maybe be the opposite. I don't know. But so what ChatGPT does is it associates this word with 50,000 plus words and tries to see, okay, what's the most common words? And then what it does is it then compares it to the other words that have been put into the sentence, and so on and so forth. So so it'll look, okay. Now let's say best place to. Now let's compare this to the most common word of to, and then the most common word of 50,000 other things of best place to. And so it does this. It's hard to explain. You'd have to see. It's like a spider web of a spider web of a spider web of a spider web, 50,000 by 50,000 times. It's an exorbitant amount of times. And the interesting thing is, they have found that I just realized I'm wearing a lawyer shirt. Um, I just went to a conference and just got some more shirts. Anyways, they have found that the English language is just patterns. And so if you're able to predict, um, if you're able to get enough data, you're able to predict the right pattern, essentially. And so now when you, and so, um, if you throw in, which essentially, if you throw enough money in computing power. Now, before, the computing power wasn't big enough, and the storage space of housing all of this data wasn't big enough. But now we can have, I mean, you can buy, 100 terabytes fairly easy, and that will give you, I don't even know, but I mean, uh, it'd be funny to look. I'm not gonna look it up, but it's a ton of data if you were to do text. But now they're getting so cheap. You can actually buy a 20 terabyte hard drive or something right now. It's crazy. I mean, easily without like on Amazon where they ship it to you in 2 days. Like it's not like it's a normal thing, as opposed to like you can get like 100 terabyte plus. You can get all sorts of crazy stuff. You get server racks with 1,000 terabytes, right? Um, I've sold thousands of terabytes worth of hard drive space actually. So, it's a very common thing, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper. So, at any rate, uh, it got to the point where they were able to throw enough money at it where not only it was able to understand what the next word was, but it was also able to understand what you're trying to do, because all of human language is just patterns. And that's the interesting thing is patterns is all really all human language was, but that's all everything is just patterns. And they found that if they get enough data, they would able to figure out these patterns. And so not only is it going to compare against everything, like I said before, but then people started throwing all sorts of all the data they started throwing into it. I think they started with Amazon reviews, every single Amazon review. Then they started throwing like, you know I think it was like social media profiles or something like that. I don't know. And it got to the point where the entire web, everything that was written was thrown in there. And it's to the point now where people are generating like an entire Alexandria library of content every week or something. And it's increasing in scale, and it's just nuts. So um, so yeah, so that's kind of the difference between ChatGPT and regular algorithms. Is regular algorithms are really just trying to match keywords, while ChatGPT was able to actually get enough data to not only understand what the next word is, but understand what you're actually trying to say and do. So best place to, and then if it's like okay, vacation, now it knows you're trying to go on vacation, and then it understands like what a vacation is. You're getting off of work, or and so it will actually understand that, like, maybe discount, stuff to do, events, hotels, cars, not just because it's keyworded, but because it actually understands what you're trying to do, right? And then it can ask you things like, are you looking for the cheapest, most luxurious? Anyways, I'll get into that in a second, but um, and every time you type a single word, it does all of that searching to search every word before it, and then the word itself. So it's like let's say like 60,000 times it'll look up every 60,000 words that's related to, and then every 60,000 words that's related to but best place to, and then it will compare that to one another. And there's like 96 steps or something like that it goes through before it finds what the next word is. So it's very, very smart. It costs more money um, than any other AI out company out there that's attempted to do something like this. And yeah, and there's a lot more to that, but essentially it's different than any AI that's been out there. And literally since 2000, um, I think it came out in like late 2021. So really, it's just been out 2 years. So all this AI stuff that really is anything has come out in 2 years. And so people have essentially taken this algorithm that ChatGPT had, and they put it into code. They put it into and they put it into video. They put it into music. They put it into speech. They put it into um, you know everything. And they found that everything is just patterns. And if you get enough data and you're able to have enough, you know whatever you're trying to do, if you can have enough of like what that is, what the end result is, and you throw it into this algorithm, it will do a good job at spitting out the correct answer. And they have spent more and more money and time building out this algorithm, making it better, tweaking it, all this sort of stuff. And I feel like we're in the very beginning, very, very beginning. In 10 years, this whole world will be different for sure. In crypto, it's been different because in Bitcoin and stuff like that, this is all technology that could revolutionize the future if things get built out correctly, if the technology works the way it's supposed to. None of the technology actually works. If anyone says that anything's ready to be deployed on a full scale, they're lying, or they just don't know what they're talking about. Bitcoin cannot be deployed at worldwide scale, or even like a scale of a country the size of the United States. But but it will someday, hopefully, and that's the goal, and that's the hope of crypto and all that stuff. But AI has come out of nowhere, and it works right now. Dang it. Something wrong with my camera. It just turns off every once in a while. Sorry, I'm glad I noticed that. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me. Um, geez, I don't even know if I should like give examples of this just because I've been talking now for 20 minutes. Um, but I do have, in fact, I can kind of drag this over. So this is one of my, geez, what do I have on here? Maybe let me move this over. Um, this is what I'm going to first show people. I'm going to talk about and go through this whole ChatGPT thing and teach people on it because there's a lot to this. Um, but this is what I want to teach you because this is one that started it all, and currently it's the best. My buddy's all is telling me like, well, someone could pass it. Google has a lot of money. Microsoft has a lot of money. I'm like, well, yeah, if you throw enough money at it, I'm sure you can create a good one. In fact, I just heard some good things about Bard, and I was like making fun of Google. I've been making fun of Google and Apple for just like being laughing stocks. Just say something. It seems like every Fortune 500 company, once the owner, the actual creator of the company leaves, it's like, what's the point of that company anymore? No one can seem to push that legacy. It's like, I don't know. Very weird how that is. Um, but yeah, I think it's funny. I just gave two random examples. I'm like, yeah, Bill Gates left, and Microsoft is just a. Even though I didn't really care for Bill Gates as much, but yeah, Steve Jobs left, and what's happened to it? What's my anyway? Um, but um, but yeah, and there's a lot this tool can do and help out with as well. In fact, I kind of want to log in. Um, I have like 30 freaking chat GPTs on my other profile. Um, but here's a few I'll kind of talk about just to kind of show the what ChatGPT can do. But yeah, so because of these like algorithms being able to um predict what you're actually trying to say so well, you can actually I save my chats, it learns from what I say, and it will even uh, remember past conversations if I wanted to, anyways. And so as I talk to my Chat GPT, it essentially gives me better answers and whatnot. And so I guess a good way to think about this is like Google, in the sense that you use Google to search for things on the website. Use ChatGPT as like a personal assistant. And I know people say that word a lot, but it's like, well, a personal assistant, go get my groceries, go do my laundry, go call this person. Obviously, can't do any of that. Yes, you're correct. But what if there was a personal assistant that was a or a different state than you, and you can only communicate through them through voice or text, which you can voice. Dude, my camera again, this is nuts. There's a setting on here that oh, maybe I have to put it into the camera into the wide angle mode. All right, let me try this. All right, I guess that'll work. Crap, that'll close. Ah! All right. Jeez, can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah. So let me just give you a couple examples of some tools I've created that I've actually made over here. So not only can you talk to it over here, so like okay, on Google you would say like what's the best restaurant? What's the top 10 you know emails out there? I don't know, whatever. Like for example, if I want to say you know, what is the best um software software so software solution. Oh my gosh. What's the best software solution for free CRM? So it'll give me so now I'm asking for like a CRM to retain customer information and whatnot. And it just gives me now this does the same thing in Google, right? So you go to Google and it'll say this information. But what this is doing, it's actually pulling from the web. I think that it's pulling from like a year ago or something. ChatGPT 4 can go online, by the way, and do online searches um, that are in real time. So if you want to do that, you can. And this is just giving kind of a brief. Now I'm just gonna stop it. I'm gonna say, um, Can you give me the best one by user ratings on Google? So if I ask by Google ratings, looks like Bitrix24 emerges. Oh. Now, well, now let's say you have specific needs, right? Well, I could have it keep going, but I'm just gonna stop it. Now I could say like, I want one with free um automations and unlimited users. So anyways, you can actually talk to it. Like you can't do this on Google. You can't start asking it questions and be like, "Oh, this doesn't make sense," or whatever. Here, let's give another example. Can you tell me what the maximum speed a person can fall is? Escape velocity or terminal velocity or whatever, right? Maximum speed tolerance. So yeah, 120. So it's kind of like Google, but you can kind of ask it questions, but then you can say like, um, is there a way? I'm not giving good. Here, actually, let me scroll down. Let me look what I was looking at. Um, so yeah, glutathione. Oh, here's a good example. You can go to PubMed.com and you can look up like a research article. PubMed.org or something. PubMed dot something or other. And look at like mangosteen or something. You can type in a something like this. You can highlight the entire thing, even if it's like articles. Who knows? Who gives a crap? And then I can be like, Ex explain this like I am 8 years old. So if I just typed in some, look at this madness. A lot of this stuff makes sense. There's even a lot of like stuff that isn't even part of this, links and whatever. But yeah, imagine your superfruit named the purple mangosteen. It comes from Southeast Asia. So now it gives me a more uh an easier description of all this crap. Let's see, safe, but the scientists are still on a mission to discover a superheroes anthems and the cancer fighting blah blah for humans. Um, so yeah, I was doing that. You can even like go to trainings. I had some trainings and I would like highlight and paste like some of the trainings in it, and then I'd ask it questions and ask why. So you can even ask like um why certain things are like have them explain it, and they'll explain it to you. Um, I was asking about the loss. One of my buddies was like, "Dude, I'll just take a loss right now," it's which is fine for him. And he's like, "I'll just be able to take a loss for the next like 8 years on my taxes, and I can throw it right back in, and I'll worry about the anyways." So I was like trying to figure out the laws of that, right? Um, yeah, I wanted to understand the Venezuelan hyperinflation a little bit better and be able to compare this to other hyperinflations like the like in Greece and whatnot. So like yeah, a lot of this stuff I wanted to know the evolution of neural net of the chat neural net's chat. So um somebody told me about the Democrats or Hillary Clinton or something with Haiti. I don't know. So I was looking that up and trying to get the false news out. Anyway, so there's just a lot of like stuff you can ask it, and it's like a person. You can talk to it. Now there's a couple things I've made, little bots I've made. For example, Contact Scraper. Um, this one. In fact, I'm gonna just go to it. Let's go. Can I go to it? So I can go to like I'll tell you. I just gotta Google keyword plus this. So I can just Google keyword plus that. Health and wellness. Health. I don't know. I can type in health store my health store natural. Anyways, when you do that, it just gives you information because you're looking for at Gmails. You can hit down arrow, get a bunch of whatever. It gives you 10 at a time. But anyways, I teach people how to do this. But yeah, and then just paste it in, and then it will automatically scrape all the contacts I have provided for people. And then I paste this into Excel. And this is all public information, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, so I've made some tools like that. I have a SEO tool where people can type in their keywords and it'll ask you questions. It'll kind of help you write an art. It won't write the whole thing like just with a couple sentences, but it'll ask you like, what are you trying to sell? What's the vibe of it? What do you like about it? What do you know, what's the, it'll walk you through it and make sure it'll actually have you write either a social media, right? Facebook or something. It'll write the post for you, hashtag it, look for the right keywords that are popping right now um, that are being Googled a lot right now. Uh, but yeah, I have an AI tool where I uploaded just a bunch of like the documentation of like the back end to a bunch of AIs, and um, as well as like a bunch of just like basic information on what AI is and how it came to be. So that when people ask questions, they can get a little bit more specific. Anyways, here, you don't need to do that anymore. But uh, but yeah, um, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. You can even, well, I won't get into everything, but there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. So I just wanted to kind of give people a little intro into that. Um, and by the way, Bitcoin halving is going on right now. It's 10 days away. Never has there ever been a time where 3 months after the Bitcoin halving took place that Bitcoin ever reached this price again. So Bitcoin's like 60K, and I would assume by the end of this year, you'll never see, from now to the end of this year, you'll never see 60K after 2024, I guess is what I'd say. But that has nothing to do with AI. Just, gotta throw crypto stuff in there anyway. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff with AI. Now, maybe I shouldn't show the website, but I think I already did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I shouldn't show this. It's a website I'm building, but might as well show you guys. Um, I I've been like doing some AI stuff on the side for people, and so I figured might as well like build a website and have some services and stuff that I offer. Um, just because the word of mouth has been kind of crazy, I feel like maybe I should do reviews and start actually. Anyway, I have a hard time with um man, getting out of that 9 to 5 grind is hard, right? Even if you're a hustler and you want to do your own thing, like I have a big number and I it's hard to do that without anyways, I'm not getting into that. But but yeah, I am building um, a site. You can actually log in, and there's a couple of. I have an AI social media assistant. I loaded the AI SEO thing, and I do have an image generation tool right now. I do have a general AI tool that I'm putting in, as well as that contact scraper I'm putting into the site as well. And then I am doing one where you can upload your own websites, get rid of the background, deblur it, things like that. So this is all being in the works. But uh, um, but yeah, you can log in and um, right now I'm just giving. Don't worry about these prices. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. Cut me some slack, guys. Jeez, just kidding. Um, but the free one gives you access to all the free courses. So if you guys want to learn about AI more and see if it's something you can implement, want to implement, I don't know, do the Explorer. I'll have um, I'll be talking about some of the coolest AI stuff that's going on, all sorts of things. So and eventually, once I have my image creation tool and a couple of the AI bots I've been building, I'll start doing like a paid monthly thing, and do a like a class, get a big chunk of people, and then just like kind of. Anyways, I'll talk about that more later, but yeah. Um, if anything, subscribe to the email newsletter so you can get uh, information on AI stuff, right? But yeah, I guess that's it. I will take off now. What has it been? 37 minutes? Ooh, I always go over an hour. But yeah, look out for that. I'll probably be doing class. I mean, I'm gonna be doing classes starting this week. So, if you're interested in that, subscribe to that newsletter on clickedcreations.com. That's the website I have, and um, or subscribe to this channel because I'll be announcing on this channel as well and everything. So, but yeah, outside of that, and I am for the Luxo people out there because I know a lot of people ask about Luxo. I am making a Luxo video and look out for that. And yeah, cool. Um, have a good one. See you. Bye.